Hey, what's up, everyone? So here's the deal. Today, we're diving into something that could totally flip how you think about happiness. It's not about chasing it, and it's definitely not about waiting for it to happen. It's about practicing it, just like you practice anything else in life. Stick around, because by the end of this, you'll have a whole new toolkit to start building your own happiness day by day. Ever wonder why some people just seem to have it all together no matter what? What if I told you that the key to happiness might be hidden in something most of us never really focus on? Think about Steph Curry, right? The guy practices 500 shots a day every single day for over 15 years. That's 2.5 million shots, all for a game where he's just trying to make 3,200 successful ones. Crazy, right? But here's the twist. We do the same thing with other skills. We practice everything but happiness. We don't have a plan or strategy to be happy. We just expect it to happen. Why not immerse ourselves in happiness just like Steph does with basketball? That's what we're going to explore this week, how to practice being happy. Now, when you're feeling down, do you ever catch yourself asking, what's triggering this? It's a pretty powerful question because guess what? You're in control of how you feel. It's about having a toolbox filled with strategies to turn things around. You don't have to use all of them, but having options makes it easier to choose the right one when you need it. So let's break it down. Imagine happiness is like a journey. Along the way, there are different kinds of happiness you'll encounter. The first, rock star happiness. Think about what makes a rock star happy. They get whatever they want. Fame, money, power. It sounds amazing, right? But here's the catch. What happens when they don't get what they want? Or what if it doesn't last? That's the dark side of rock star happiness. Sure, pleasure is great in the moment, but it's fleeting. Happiness isn't just about what you can get. If that's your only happiness strategy, you're in for a roller coaster ride. Now let's switch gears. The next kind of happiness is called passion or flow. Ever been so into something that time just disappears? You're not thinking about anything else, just lost in the moment. That's what passion feels like. Whether it's dancing, playing golf, or hugging your kids, this is a powerful form of happiness. What's your flow? What's that one activity that gets you so absorbed you forget everything else? For me, it's golf, but not the traditional kind. One time I played with a guy who said, we don't keep score, we just hit until we like where the ball goes. Sound weird? It was amazing. It was a reminder that enjoyment doesn't have to come from being perfect. And that's a game changer, right? The next time you feel stuck or frustrated, ask yourself, what rule am I following that's getting in the way of my happiness? Sometimes we inherit rules from others, but they might not serve us. We need to check if these beliefs are still working for us. Take money, for example. I've met billionaires, and you think their lives are perfect, but some of them are miserable. So what's the difference between them and those who are truly happy? It's not the money, it's the mindset. Money amplifies who you already are. It doesn't change you, it just makes your strengths or flaws bigger. It all comes down to your core beliefs. What are the rules you live by? Are they limiting you, or are they helping you create a life that brings joy? Understanding this is the first step toward a more fulfilling life. And once you tap into that, it's like opening the door to a whole new world of happiness. Now, think about a doctor who loves what they do. Imagine they have such passion for their work that it feels like a calling. That's what we should all strive for, connecting to something that fills us up, something we were meant to do. When that happens, life feels effortless and everything falls into place. Which brings me to the third level of happiness, the one that combines everything. It's not just about getting what you want, rock star happiness, or being in the flow passion. It's about using that flow to serve something bigger than yourself. When your purpose aligns with your passion, the result is magic. Think about it. You could play guitar for yourself, and that's awesome. But what if you played for someone else, shared that music? That's where the real power lies. When you take your gifts and use them to serve others, it's like happiness gets supercharged. And here's the best part. You don't have to choose between the different types of happiness. You can have them all. You can chase pleasure, get lost in passion, and still serve others with purpose. But the key to it all? Relationships. They're the glue that holds everything together. When you have deep, trusting, and loving relationships, everything else falls into place. Happiness becomes a byproduct of those connections. Ever notice how much better you feel when you share a great experience with someone you love? That's the power of relationships. The longest happiness study ever done found one core truth. Relationships are the foundation of happiness. People with strong, supportive relationships are happier no matter what else is going on in their lives. So how strong are your relationships? Of course, managing your mind is still important, but when you've got a solid foundation in relationships, the ups and downs of life don't shake you as much. They don't have the power to derail your happiness. Instead, you have this deep sense of joy, grounded in connection. Happiness at its core is love. And it's not just about loving yourself. It's about loving what you do, loving who you're with, and having a purpose that serves something beyond yourself. When you have that, happiness becomes a natural byproduct. So here's your challenge. This week, start practicing happiness, not by just chasing what you want, but by getting in the flow, loving what you do, and serving others. Start by deepening your relationships and watch how everything else falls into place.